Hey guys, what's going on? If you are watching this, it means that you are probably watching the replay, and hopefully you guys can get something out of what I'm about to show y'all. So tonight's topic on training is Reels and how to post and create Reels through Instagram along with Facebook. And here's the thing. I am going to say first and foremost, I am not I don't know, I don't want to say like I am like an expert on Reels. Reels, honestly, the idea of it used to terrify the living crap out of me. I never thought I would have, for one, ever be the one to do Reels, let alone just dive right in. I mean, that's usually my mentality with anything else. But when it came to Reels, for some reason, I don't know honestly what it was. I just felt intimidated and I felt like I just wasn't capable of doing them. But soon I realized that here's the thing is that Reels, when you're doing them, it's not permanent. You post it, you can always delete it if you want to. But I feel like that that mindset flip for me was when I was like, okay, I can try this out. And if I don't like it, worst case scenario, I can just delete it and move on. And that was that. So I think it's just a matter of peeling back the Band-Aid, peeling the Band-Aid off of anything else that you're doing in your business, anything that terrifies you, that's bringing you out of your comfort zone. If it's making you feel uncomfortable, odds are it's going to help grow your mindset, challenge you. It's going to mold you into being a better consultant. And honestly, if you're like me, I love creativity. For those that know me, since he has given me a purpose to be able to dive full into my creative side. And it's so cool because Reels, the possibility honestly is endless as far as the content that you can create, what you can share, what you can do. And sometimes honestly it doesn't even always have to be Scentsy related. Like if you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, which by the way, if you didn't already know that, you can actually do Reels now on Facebook and Instagram, which is really cool. And we're going to dive in a little bit and I'm going to show you the difference between the two because I'm going to share my screen with you guys. But here's the thing with Reels is that Reels, you get to express yourself. And you'll see if you follow me on either handle that I don't always post and share Scentsy. And that's what's really nice is that just the same as when we're personally posting to our stories, to our pages, whether it's our VIP group or personal page, whatever the case may be, when we're posting and you're sharing, it's sharing about what you care about, right? But it's also not always about Scentsy. You know, think about your stories and your personal pages, right? For the most part, we should be sharing like sprinkles of Scentsy. And then other than that, it's like our personal lives. And then people, you know, allowing people a little bit like glimpses into who we are and what we like and what we do, that kind of thing. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And I muted my messages, so we'll see how that goes. All right. So let me figure out. Let me see, share. Y'all hold tight. I'm on my phone, so like I very rarely Zoom on my phone for this reason because it's so different than my tablet. I guess I wonder if it's gonna allow me to share my screen. Let's see, it did the other day. Guess let me go. There we go, share screen. Apparently you can actually share a lot on Zoom. Who would have thought that? All right, share screen on. So there we go. Welcome to my home screen on my phone. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to go ahead and just start into Instagram. The reason why I wanna start on Instagram is because I actually front loaded. I kind of pre-did some things that we're going to work with today. Welcome to my dashboard of my Instagram page. And on a side note, you guys are welcome to follow me if you want to. Don't feel like you have to. But okay, so let's just say we're on Instagram. Okay, we'll talk about Facebook in a little bit. So Instagram Reels, what you're going to do is, as you can see, originally here, you can actually, I guess, do it either or. So we'll just go, this is the main page, right? So we're not on my profile just yet. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on the plus sign. And I'm just going to walk y'all through real quick, basically what I already have set up. let's see, we're gonna go to story. Hello again. You get to see me twice, I believe. And so I actually have something set up into my drafts. And here's the thing is that even if, let's just say you don't have, let's see if I can find it real quick. I'm like, can y'all tell I'm like a horrible, and there we go, because we're on stories. I do not multitask to save my life. How many people are out there like that? Like, hopefully you can out there, like you can agree with me. So let's go ahead and go to my drafts. As you can see here, a fun fact is that when you are recording and doing your reels on Instagram and Facebook, you can actually record things, take photos, put content in here and save it for later. It does not actually have to be uploaded in real time, which is really cool. Now, as you can see here at the top, it does say if you log out or you uninstall the apps, that's Facebook and Instagram, your drafts will be lost forever and ever. So there's that. So on the top left-hand corner is basically what I'm going to use for today. I'm going to go ahead and say, first and foremost, I'm going to apologize if you guys actually have to hear the music over and over. Hopefully, okay, how do I want to say this? Like, I switched the timing of the music yesterday to where hopefully you don't have to hear the music over and over. So this is where you would go for your drafts. But I do want to show you guys real quick. Let's see. Let's just look at, let me go. Let's go to my reels, because I was going to show y'all like reels on Instagram in general, but Lord only knows like what's going to come up. So let's go to my reels. Let's see, right here. There we go. So these are the reels that are currently on my phone. So let's go ahead and just choose here. Okay, so we muted it. So hopefully, I don't think you guys are going to have to hear the volume right now. So I muted it. All right. So if you're looking at the very bottom where it says like Hummus Express, it says Texas City to the right-hand side. You're not normally going to see the Texas City part because this is my reel. So I tagged my location. But on the left-hand side, when you are looking at TikTok or Reels, either or, you're going to see at the very bottom the music that's scrolling by. Okay. So let's just say you're watching something. And you're like, you know what? I really like the audio. I really like the music. Let me save that. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to show you and walk you through how to save it. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on where it has the music. Okay. And as you can see here, what pops up is every person possible that has also saved this audio and used it with their reels too. So I want to use it for myself. So we're going to click on where it says saved, and voila, simple as that. This goes the same for Facebook and Instagram. When you click on save audio, it's going to save it to your profile. So let's go ahead and go back to the home page, and we're going to go back to where we want to create a reel. So there we go. All right. So if I click on audio, and I click on where it says saved. So down below, this is like just miscellaneous audio that Instagram has, super random. But if I click on where it says saved, see there, how cool is that? Everything that's listed that you see here on my screen is audio that I personally have saved. Now, I will say one thing's for sure. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants most of the time when it comes to content and social media. I mean, most of the time I like to have kind of a flow of how I do things. But to be honest with you guys, when it comes to reels, I don't really overthink it. It's just kind of like on the whim. But if you're a planner, one thing that's really fun is that you can go through your audio. This is something in the future I plan on doing, but have not gotten to, is that I plan on going through each and every single one of these audios and matching it up with content that I could possibly do. It's not permanent, but just hypothetically that I could do that could match up with the audio. Now, here's the thing. Keep this in mind. If you, Reels and TikTok are similar, but as far as, and I won't go deep into this rabbit hole because it could be very like, I can really get into it. I can nerd out on it. But when it comes to like algorithm, and if you're more worried or concerned about people seeing your content, here's the thing. There are a couple of things to keep in mind. When it comes to TikTok, TikTok is very different from Reels. Okay, so TikTok, basically whatever's trending, whatever's more popular, they pretty much want you to do the same thing, okay? But if you're like myself, I don't like to conform to the everyday mundane. I go against the grain. I'm very unique. And so when it comes to that, TikTok is not my platform because of that reason. But with the Reels, what's really interesting is I find that when I do Reels on Facebook, it's the same exact reel, right? But when I'm sharing it to Facebook, I get more people that like it, and Facebook allows more people to see it, which is so interesting to me compared to Instagram. So for me, I do Reels because I like it. I'll have a lot of fun with it. But if you're wanting it from a marketing standpoint, just be super careful about that. So if you're not doing something that's trending, if it's not one of those popular like TikTok dances or anything that's trending on TikTok, like if you're not doing the same thing, more than likely it's going just to take work and consistency. That's the magical word, consistency, for people to be able to see your content and for you to get more exposure. But the more reels you do, the more Instagram and Facebook will love you for it. And then therefore, the more people will be able to see your content. So let's go ahead and start setting up our reel, and then we'll dive into some other things a little bit. So that's all of my saved music. We covered that. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to where I have my reel draft because I actually already have something pre-done. So let me backtrack real quick. So when you're creating your reel, what's really cool is if I show you on my screen, for example, here. Okay. So this is me creating a reel, okay? So if I was, for example, and I'm just gonna walk you guys through the basics today because once again, I could go off on a tangent and show you a lot more specific things, but I'm just gonna show you the basics of how to create like your first reel. And then if you guys ever want to dive a little bit further into more like intricate things, then we can totally do that together. But today we're just gonna keep it basic. So I'm gonna go ahead and, for example, I would click on where it says, see like the little play button right there. So I'm going to go ahead. Hit stop. Now, if I wanted to, I could click where it says preview because I just recorded my content, whatever the case may be, and I want to see what it looks like. So, okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure that you didn't have to do that again. So if you click on it once it's recorded, and let's just say you don't want it to be as long. So for example, when you're uploading your audio to your reel, you'll notice that sometimes what you're recording may be a little bit longer than the audio. Okay, so if that's the case, once you're recording what it is that you're wanting to share, you'll click on where it says edit. It's going to take you to this screen where you see here, and I'm pointing to it like as if you can see, if y'all can see me pointing, but you don't. So if you see the smaller screen below me where it says 6.3, what you would want to do is, and we're going to do this real quick, so otherwise it can get very annoying real fast, is we're going to click on it. And then you can actually slide it over, as you can see here, to the left or to the right. And that number that's changing is actually adjusting how long or how short your clip is. So for example, if you're wanting to show multiple images, which we will be in just a little bit, you're going to want to shorten how long each of your clips are. So we're going to go ahead and go back. Like I said, that can actually get very annoying real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to what I personally pre-planned for you guys to show you, and I will be posting myself for today. So we're going to go back to where we were, which is our drafts. And then this is actually what I recorded yesterday. And that's currently the cover. Actually, sorry about that. Let me go back. That. And then we're going to click on edit. There we go. So if you have a draft, you're going to click on edit. And this is the beginning of where I was. I'm like, let's see if we can mute that real quick. So that was actually one of the audios that I personally saved from a while back. And it was just, again, one of those things that I like the audio. I wasn't exactly sure at the time a couple weeks ago what I wanted to do with it. But then the other day I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like doing a reel. So then I said, okay, this audio is perfect for Scentsy products. So like I said, sometimes I do Scentsy, sometimes I don't. All right, so we're gonna go to edit clip. And because I've already created this, like I said earlier, I do wanna add in more. So if you're wanting to add in more, you can actually hit the plus sign, which we're gonna go do now. And I don't plan on recording myself because I did that yesterday. However, this would be where you would want to, again, hit the play button in the middle of the white dot there and then record what content you wanna share. However, today we are actually going to do it a little bit different. Sorry, my phone is falling. We're gonna do a little bit different. So as you saw earlier, I had pre-recorded myself. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna roll with it. I pre-recorded myself actually doing, sorry y'all, give me 1 second. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I have my desktop ring light and it's like a whole nother situation. I don't know, for those of you guys that earned the ring light, hopefully y'all can one day help me figure out how to like not, okay. Hopefully it doesn't keep sliding again. I feel like it is. We'll see, we're just gonna play by ear. So where I was that I created a video yesterday and I pre-recorded myself, which you saw earlier. However, what we're gonna add is still frame photos that I also took of myself yesterday. So you can do either or. You can do videos where you're moving. That's like that kind of next step, going in and diving a little bit deeper into reels. However, honestly, the first couple of reels that I did for myself, let's see, let me go back to my photos. Let me try to multitask. We're gonna see. The first couple of reels that I did for myself was actually still framed photos, and I added music to it. And that may be perhaps where you want to start, is there. That might be easier. All right, so this is where we're gonna add. So see these photos like right here in the middle of me. So as you see, it's all of the warmers for the most part that are coming back into our harvest collection. One of them is currently in clearance. So I am creating a reel to showcase the harvest brochure and talk about my love for all things fall. So we're gonna go ahead and just add these. That one. And hopefully I can try to figure out again how to edit it and then you guys not have to hear like the music over and over. But if you have to hear the music over and over, I'm gonna apologize for that. And as you can see here, I'm cutting it short. There we go. So I'm cutting it short because sometimes when you add certain audio on your reel, it's going to let you know that you have so much time. So for example, the audio that we're using today in my reel, it showed and it shared with me that I had 11 seconds to be able to add to the audio for it to run all the way through. All right, so we're gonna add, let's do the mummy. And then we're gonna cut that back. And that's the one thing, I'm probably gonna say this so many times, that's the one thing about doing the reels, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, is having to hear like the music over and over. And I'm sure there's probably a way that I can actually like mute the music for myself and not have to hear it, but we'll see. All right, so let's preview it first so I know which other photos I need to add in. All right, so the mummy. And I have the cup. Now, for those of y'all that are gonna come at me, the pumpkin cup is it's actually the full-size one, but notice how I took the photo and I actually pulled the warmer down towards the corner. That was because I did not want my customers to know that this is a full-size one. So it's almost like the illusion that it's the smaller mini plug-in, but I still want to use it because it's good content. All right, so we've got the haunted house and we're gonna bring that back as well. Add, and then let's go ahead and add, it was this one, then, and then let's preview it real quick. Actually, I think it should be good. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna mute it. So I actually like that. Sometimes you'll notice again that when you're adding your photos to your audio, it could be a little bit like wonky, a little bit off. It could be sometimes that you're wanting to add more content than there is music or audio that's gonna play. And again, you would just wanna go back and just edit every single one. a little bit, make it a little bit shorter. So then that way it aligns with the timing of your music, and then everything just flows smoothly. As far as what you can see up here at the top, there are extra things that now on Instagram, which is really cool, you can add to Reels. So for example, if you were wanting to, just like stories, which is really awesome, you can actually add captions if you're wanting to, if you're speaking through your reel. You can add, of course, if you wanted to do like a quiz, add your own, you could do a poll, that kind of thing. Let's see. I honestly, usually, sometimes I will put some stuff, but I don't really think I'm going to add anything extra because I think it's going to take away from the content. And then, of course, here, if you wanted to, you could also add your text. And, sorry, I did not mean to unmute it. And that's pretty much about it. And again, as you can see here, also I will mention in the first video that I did of me singing and lip syncing, really, as you can tell, there's a filter, so you can do that as well. Just make sure and be extra careful when it comes to adding Scentsy products to your reels, because you're not supposed to do filters over the product, just FYI. Brightening, same thing. Like if you're going to brighten up your photo, I would just say err on the side of caution, because once again, we don't really want to give the impression to our customers that the products look slightly different than what they do online. So just be extra careful with that. All right, so that's pretty much about it as far as my reel. So then we're going to click next. So one thing I feel like that's really important when it comes to Facebook and Instagram Reels is I always like to add my location in. That helps when people are searching content for your area. So that is one way that you can get new customers. And then also you want to make sure and add topics, or also known as hashtags, to your post. So let's see, caption wise, I usually try to keep it fairly simple. I'm honestly think I'm just going to pull from the lyrics. So I'm just going to say these. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to add it in. Y'all can physically see what I'm doing anyways. Make sure I typed that right. No, definitely did not. Let's see. And hopefully you guys are getting something out of this, because this is the very first time. Like, y'all, my ring light is like a mind of its own right now. it's almost like it's like melting. It's like, I think it's seeing the end of today. It's like, yeah, we're pretty much done for the day. All right, sorry. You're getting like a tour of my office right now. Let's see, maybe that's better. We'll see. It could be that my phone is just too heavy. I don't know. All right, so let's see. These are a few. My favorite. And actually, and I don't know if anyone is actually currently watching the real time of the Zoom, but if you're asking any questions, I cannot see you. So if you are asking any questions, I'll make sure and go back and answer them whenever I'm done here. So otherwise, I cannot see anything. All right, let's see. So who else is ready? Spooky. And one thing, when you're creating your reels and you're putting in content like this, make sure and keep it short and sweet and to the point, just like you would your post. Honestly, the shorter the better. Just get right to the point. You still want to be creative and eye-catching, but you don't really want a lot of content. Let's see. And then if anyone knows me, I'm like obsessed when it comes to using emojis. So let's go ahead and add in some, just because. Obviously we have to add the leaves, duh. All right, let's see. Let me do. All right, so here comes the hashtags. So when it comes to hashtags, you want to make sure there's like a whole nother spiel on hashtags. So I'm sure there's YouTube videos that you guys can watch on that. But I for sure always like to add in, again, like where I'm at. I learned that, let's try that again. I believe, I'm trying to remember like who it was that I was watching their training and they talked about this. I'm not sure if it was Melissa Gratz or it was Jackie Duran. I don't know, I can't remember right now, but there was a Cincy leader that recommended, and I can't remember who it was right now. So, but they did recommend putting your location in, because again, if somebody is actually searching for topics such as Texas City, or which is where I'm at, or wherever you're located, it does help to narrow down like Cincy consultants. Also, you get more exposure with the more detailed hashtags that you have. Try to steer away from using Cincy hashtags, because there are a lot of people that use those, and therefore you may not necessarily get, somebody may actually not get to see your content. It's going to be a little bit harder for them to see it. I'll say that. All right, so let's say, what else could we do? Let's try Halloween decor. And then as you can see here, that's probably not going to be one that I'm going to use, because there's seriously over 2 million posts. So nobody, not that many people are going to see it. Let's see, let's just do, we'll do that one. Let's try, and it's, to me, it's a matter of, no, that's a lot. It's just a matter of playing around with it. You don't want to do a hashtag that's going to have a lot of people, like over 1 million posts, but you also don't want to choose a hashtag that has like under 500. All right, so that's decent. We'll go with that one. Let's see what else. Haunted. And sometimes it does help to like describe the product, or like what it is that you're showcasing in your reel. Let's try, nope, too many. Maybe, nope. See, that 800 is like, you don't really kind of want to stay away from that. What else? Maybe let's try mummy decor. This is a little tough one. Usually it's fairly simple, fairly, well, essentially simple, fairly easy. Let's see, we'll just do, let's draw fall vibes. Oh, look, y'all, I forgot my little hashtag. Sometimes I think about like going online, and I know that you can go on like Pinterest and Google and find like where the more, like what the more popular trending hashtags are, which does help sometimes. Let's see, we'll just do one more and then we'll move on to Facebook real quick. Because it's fairly similar to Instagram. Let's do, okay, why not? All right, so once you're done creating your content on where, on what you want to say as far as your hashtags and your whatever you're wanting to say, you can actually click on here where it says edit cover, and then you could choose on what photo from below that you want as the front cover. But I think well, let's see, I might choose actually one of these. Let me go back. Let me go back. I think I'm actually gonna, y'all give me a second. I'm just gonna pull my phone from my ring light, because this is like not happening today. All right, so we're just gonna leave it as is. That looks good. Everything's fine. One thing that you can do, let's see, is it here? Oh yeah, right here. So where it says also share to feed, I personally do recommend making sure that that's highlighted, because it is going to show up in your main feed on Instagram. Otherwise it gets tucked away, and then maybe not as many people are going to see it. So we're going to go ahead and click on share. And then once we do that, it's going to show where it's going to be uploaded. And then we'll see if it, hopefully it successfully uploads to my page. We'll see. So it did go away in the draft. So that's a plus. That's a good sign. Let's see, let's get out of that. Oh yeah, see it at the top where it says finishing up. And then as soon as it's done loading, it probably should load up to the page, and then it'll play. And then we'll watch it all the way through, and then we'll hop on over to Facebook. Let's see, it's muted. Time. All right, so that's I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Now, one thing that's really cool, my bad. So one thing that's really cool with your reels is once you do them to Instagram, I actually like to save the content and then move it over to Facebook. So that way I don't have to do two different things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on, let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. So save to camera roll. So that means that the entire video was saved to my camera roll. And then I'm going to click on, let's see if it'll let me. I need to actually copy and paste the wording. Let me go back to my reels. Let's see. There it is. Wonder, oh, they like updated it, so it looks a little bit different. I wonder if I go to manage. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that wasn't too bad. And then I'm just gonna press copy and then I'll paste it over when we go to Facebook. So let's try that again. Select all, copy, done. So then now we're gonna go to Facebook. All right, so welcome to my Facebook main page. And what we're gonna do now is we are going to, let's see, we're gonna hop on over to, I think the plus, there we go, yeah, the plus sign. We're gonna click on Reel. And so as you can see, it looks slightly different than Instagram did. Same thing. So let's just say, let me actually go back. No, I guess that's where we need to be. So one thing I will say is that Facebook is sort of limited, in my opinion, when it comes to what you can do with Reels. Now, I just started doing Reels in Facebook. I was doing it from Instagram for so long. But let's see. I was going to say, let's just go to camera and see how different it is. Let's flip it actually around, back to me. Okay, so when you go to add music, one thing that's actually really cool is if you guys are familiar with Facebook stories, as you can see here, the same audio is actually available for your reels as they are for your stories, which is really awesome. That to me, in my opinion, is a huge difference audio wise compared to Instagram. So like Instagram has more, I feel like TikTok type audio, if that makes sense, versus Facebook has a little bit of that plus mainstream music, as you can see here as well. So it's just to each their own. It really just depends upon what kind of reel you want to do. So now one thing I have not figured out yet, I will say, is how to save music from Facebook. So let's just say, let me go, actually, let's not do that. Cause like I said, I don't want to click on Reels and like not be something that we should be seeing. All right, so we're just going to use mine for now. Welcome back to my audio in my reel. So as you see there, it was the same thing. It was added to my camera roll. I went ahead and clicked on it. It's all done. And then this is by far the easiest part for me, is pasting it, because I already had this set up in Instagram. I personally don't change anything up. I seriously just do the same content. If you wanted to, you could switch it up if you wanted to, but I just leave it as is. Now here's the thing, as you can see here below my reel, it does say that you can do either public or you can share it with friends. For me personally, I like to share my reels with the public, because again, this is an incredible way to be able to touch and get into a whole nother realm of new customer possibility than limiting yourself to just who follows you on Facebook. So this is something like if your page, for example, is private, like mine is private, my personal page is private, but my reels I allow to be public. So that way people that don't know me that well can still get to know me, but I can still keep some things private, which is my personal page, if that makes sense. But my reels, I just keep public. So we're going to go ahead and click on share. Now, one thing I am going to show you guys, well, I didn't take long at all. One thing I do want to show y'all as soon as it's done uploading is the difference of how many people see my reels on Instagram versus Facebook. So let's go to where my reels are. These are reels that I have on Facebook, pretty much the same as Instagram. As you can see here, like for example, like the first, I mean, obviously the first one on the left-hand side I just posted, but the second one in the middle, I just have had, I think for barely not even a couple of days, maybe a week now or so, since the Scooby-Doo collection released. But as you can see, there's already 75 people who saw it. And then look at all these numbers, you guys. That's 766 people that saw that one, 369. So let me hop on over. So keep that in mind. Let's just use the far right one at the top. For example, it says 486 views. Okay. So let's go to Instagram real quick. And look, like just gonna blow y'all's mind, like the difference. All right. So we're gonna go to my Instagram. We're gonna go to my reels. Look at that. Same thing. Middle left-hand side, 39 views, you guys. And that was, I believe, uploaded around August 1st, August 2nd, I think. So isn't that crazy? Like, it's just mind-blowing to me sometimes, like, how things like that, like, come about. All right. So that's pretty much about it. I'm going to stop sharing. Maybe. Okay. So that's pretty much about it. I don't see anything. I don't even know. Is it going to allow me to see the chat? Let's see. Nope. So I don't see anything in the chat. So if you guys are watching the replay, then feel free to reach out. And if you follow me on social media, feel free to reach out and then let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I hope you guys learned something tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. And if you are watching the replay, let me know, because this will be also uploaded to the Butterfly Rain page. But like I said, hopefully you guys got something out of this. And like I said before, if you're wanting to venture into reels, just try it out. You guys are more than welcome to, like I said, check out my reels on Instagram, Facebook, use that as an example. There's really honestly no right or wrong way to do a reel. Just like anything else in our business, just be yourself, have fun with it, and just try something new. And if you try it out and you follow me on social media, freaking message me and let me know, because that's huge. That's exciting. And I want to cheer you on, and I want to see your reels, because reels are a lot of fun. All right, you guys, hope you got something again out of this. I will talk to you later, and have a good night.